Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we are going to completely shatter the illusion that a university degree all by itself is enough to guarantee your professional success. It's a hard truth, right? We've all seen the memes. The entry-level jobs that somehow demand 3 years of experience. So how do you actually beat that paradox? Well, today we're equipping you with a tactical masterclass for rapid career growth. We're going to examine exactly how internships, industrial training, and real work experience become the ultimate bridge between just sitting and learning in a classroom and actually becoming a highly sought-after professional. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll hit the graduation gap problem, experience is the real degree, the Yasser Sanusi story, landing your first opportunity, how to stand out, and finally, building your career pipeline. Let's dive in.
All right, part 1, the graduation gap problem, and exactly why students struggle right out of the gate.
There is this crushing chasm that students face when they make common but completely avoidable mistakes. Think of these mistakes as heavy anchors just dragging your potential down. We're talking about things like waiting until your final year to seek experience, failing to apply early, completely avoiding unpaid roles, or simply sitting back and thinking, you know what, I'm just not ready yet. The tragic result of all this? You step up to the edge of the job market with absolutely zero professional identity. The bridge to a career is completely broken. Because here is the absolute truth you need to take away. A university gives you theoretical awareness, sure, but hiring managers are desperately looking for real-world proof. They don't just want to know that you've read a textbook about a system, they want undeniable proof that you can execute within it when the pressure is actually on. Knowledge is just potential, right? Experience is proof. Moving into part 2, experience is the real degree and how you actually cross that chasm. Let's clearly contrast these two environments. A university is fantastic for teaching you theory, but let's be honest with ourselves, the biggest risk there is a bad grade. A structured internship or IT placement? That throws you straight into the deep end of reality. It's project-based, industry exposure. It gives you your very first taste of real responsibility, forcing you to develop problem-solving adaptability when real money or real clients are actually on the line. You aren't just memorizing anymore, you're doing. And because of that, an internship acts as a master key. When a recruiter looks at a fresh graduate's CV, their mind is literally full of locked doors and anxieties. Can this person actually do the job? Have they ever worked in a real environment? Can they handle pressure? Do they understand basic workplace behavior? An internship is the single key that systematically unlocks every single one of those doubts with a resounding yes. Which brings us to part 3, the Yasser Sanusi story, a real-world mentor's proof.
Let's look at how this exposure compounds in reality. As a student at ABU Zaria, Yasser applied for his industrial training, landing an internship at a government-related financial institution. Notice where he began here. Basic administrative tasks, nothing glamorous at all. But from there, he took total responsibility, learning payroll processing and budgeting systems. That foundational IT work built massive credibility, leading to a second internship through referrals, which eventually expanded into complex policy operations. It proves career growth isn't luck, it's consistency, and it's showing up every day.
And notice the profound psychological shift that happens here too. Before getting experience, you've got this student mindset. Limited exposure, entirely theory-based. But after you've been in the trenches, your identity fundamentally changes. You gain true industry understanding and real professional confidence. You aren't just a student hoping for a chance anymore. You're an industry-confident professional with real CV strength and a whole network of mentors.
So, part 4, landing your first opportunity and the actual application strategy to get you there.
This is where most people fail, the execution. Remember, consistency beats perfection every time. You do not need a flawless resume, you need a relentless system. You have to ruthlessly follow these 5 high-volume steps. Tailor your CV to the specific role. Write a simple and clear cover letter. Apply early instead of waiting around for deadlines. Apply consistently because volume really matters here. And finally, follow up politely after your submission. Now let's completely dismantle the classic paid versus unpaid dilemma. Yes, paid internships are easier financially, for sure, but they are highly competitive. Unpaid internships are harder financially but offer a much easier entry point. But look at the bottom line. Both environments forge your experience, your skills, your references, and your credibility. Ultimately, employers care about the capability you built, not whether a company handed you a paycheck while you were learning it.
Part 5, how to stand out once you're actually in the door by adapting to pressure. The very moment you walk through those doors, your mindset has to shift from completing tasks to maximizing a training environment. Employers are quietly but constantly evaluating you on 6 behavioral metrics: punctuality, initiative, curiosity, reliability, communication, and your willingness to learn. These aren't just soft skills, folks. They represent your ability to take total responsibility for your own growth and adapt to workplace pressure.
To ensure you become memorable rather than invisible, you need a daily growth system. And it's pretty simple. Observe first. Take notes daily. Ask smart questions. Volunteer for tasks outside your comfort zone, and document absolutely everything you do. This isn't just about surviving your IT or your internship. This is an active, deliberate strategy to extract every single ounce of value from the experience.
And finally, Part 6, building your career pipeline, playing the long-term game.
There is a very natural, one-way pipeline in the corporate world. Your internship provides the stage. Your performance on that stage under pressure, that builds trust. And that trust is what ultimately yields a full-time job offer. Why? Because companies strongly prefer to hire people they have already trained, people they already trust, and people who already understand their specific systems. That is exactly why interns are so frequently retained.
Think of it as a massive domino effect. Every career, no matter how prestigious, starts with exposure. Your very first internship, with all the industry clarity, the mentorship, and the references it provides, acts as that crucial first domino. By simply tipping that one over, it knocks down subsequent barriers, leading to junior roles, then mid-level management, and eventually senior leadership.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to remember this ultimate truth. Your university teaches you theory, but your internship teaches you reality. Employers do not hire graduates. They hire people who have already worked. So the big question you have to answer today is this: will you sit back and rely solely on the comfort of your academic degree, or are you going to start early, embrace the pressure, and earn the only real degree the market actually cares about: experience? The choice is